It was rough having to watch from home, and I was just telling another table that I'm so active on social media that the hardest thing about not being on the show for a little while was not being able to post behind the scenes photos and videos and really interact with people. So I'm really happy to be back.
We're happy to have you.
Thanks.
So tell us a little, so we had Eve, who was totally badass and really awesome, but we kind of missed Juliet, and now we're getting flashes of both. So what can you tell us that won't get you in trouble?
Well, since season 6 is a pickup of where 5 left off, it was still Eve. We don't know what's going on with her. All we know is that the platinum wig fell off. And she's clearly starting to feel at least some emotions and perhaps guilt. So that's truly something that I think over the course of season 6 is going to get resolved, not necessarily right off the bat.
And how was it playing Eve for you?
I loved it. It was hard though. It was, of the 3 characters I played on GRIMM, Evil Juliet, Kind Juliet, and Eve, I'm really expressive and I'm pretty warm and outgoing, and so having to really just rein everything in and almost be robotic, and it was so calculating, and as far as the way she moved, it was a lot of conservation of energy, and her voice was kind of monotone, so it was a fun character to get to create, really. So I kind of loved it, and I love the outfits. I love the skin tight leather, and I love the wigs, not only because they're cool looking, but also they saved my hair. Because when we go through hair and makeup, it's like an hour of getting blow dried and flat irons every day, and your hair kind of gets fried. So it was like an added plus.
You had some really funny scenes, some more intentionally funny than others, but what was your favorite? You got the script and you're like, oh my goodness, I can't believe we're doing this, or this is so awesome. Is there any in particular?
I mean, it would have to be morphing into Renard, because that was also just so awkward for me and for Sasha, because we basically had to be half naked in front of each other with really bizarre. I tweeted out a photo of a nude scene. Well, it's NBC, you're not nude. And it's just layers upon layers of nude underwear and all this stuff. And at one point they taped some moleskin across here. They devised this thing so you could see my back, but nothing in the front. But I'm walking around in that, and Sasha's sitting over there with little undies on, and so that was just awkward. But that was pretty fun.
It was worth it.
Mm-hmm.
The effect was
and the VFX
amazing.
were pretty cool.
So with a shortened season, what are your hopes for your character? And I don't know what your character is going to be.
I don't know what my character is going to be either. The one thing I would like to see is, that would be cool, and I don't know if this is going to happen, is for her to apologize to Nick. Again, it was kind of out of her control, and the whole Hex and Beast thing was Juliet trying to help him out because he wanted his powers back, but she also created a lot of misery for people, and it'd be nice to see some guilt, I guess. As far as the relationship is concerned, if it's getting back together with Nick, I think it would probably only be if it was Juliet, and one thing I want to make clear is that Eve does not need a man.
Oh.
So I'm just going to put that out there.
She's her own woman. Well, it's interesting because you were talking about the difficulty of not emoting, right, as Eve. Mm-hmm. Did the cast support or actually hinder your efforts of not emoting?
Oh, they hindered it like crazy because I love them all and they're funny, and I can't laugh. I can't that was definitely rough. I'd be looking at David, and also because David's my man, just trying not to laugh. I mean, that was definitely rough, because if it had been Juliet laughing, I could have just gotten away with it, and it would have been a little bit of an ad lib, and it could have worked, but not for Eve.
Not Eve. Not gonna happen.
Anybody else have questions?
I feel like we have so many.
I know. Okay,
I'm just
keep
trying.
going then.
I'm just trying to restrain myself.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so the other thing I was wondering, with the physicality that came with being Eve, is there something that you've learned that you're hoping to carry over, whether you're Eve or Juliet in the upcoming season?
I am really hoping and praying that she doesn't lose her powers because she was such a badass. You know, they had me training to like kind of put on some muscle mass, which was kind of fun. So going into it, I was training while the rest of the cast was shooting the first few episodes of season 5, and I went into it thinking like I'm gonna be kicking ass right and left, and there are gonna be fight scenes all the time because they had me working out. But she's so strong that all she has to do is look at someone and their head explodes. So there really like was almost never. I think I had a stunt double once or twice all season because it was mainly just like she'd be like, and they'd fly across the room and die, you know.
Speaking of that, though, it seemed like Bonaparte bested her. You know, we're led to believe she's the strongest of all the Hexen beasts, and then Bonaparte is like,
boom. Well,
you know, down you go.
She was not. First of all, both of them lived. We don't know that Eve would have died without the sticks. I'm just saying. I don't know that he bested her. But the Zauber beasts are really powerful, and she also was just not mentally prepared for that. That was something that she kind of was just really caught off guard, and he got the first swipe at her, and so she was kind of at a disadvantage in that fight.
Well, speaking of mental preparation, do you have a message for the fans as they get prepared to watch this final season of GRIMM? Or this next season of GRIMM?
This next season of GRIMM. Just to be excited, and also I just want to relay to everyone how thankful I am. We wouldn't be going into our 6th season of the show. That doesn't typically happen very often anymore, especially this many episodes, you know. I know we're doing a shorter season, but it's going to be 123 episodes by the time we're done, and we would not be here without the support and the loyalty of our fans, so thank you.